which we thought that, let's not care, let's build good product. And that's like essentially the mistake overall. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
you need to balance. And I think the biggest lesson learned for me that in Web2, then you have product, your product is product, right?
Yeah,
In Web3, you have two products. It's whatever you're developing plus token. And sometimes like the product, I mean, we do have like more than 5 million RR, like growing crazy 10x during a year, but nobody cares. Like the token goes opposite. And, it's because of the market, because of this, because of that. And, this is probably the anomaly of the Web3. And you need to find, and I think that Web3 industry still needs to find its balance between, trading and taking care properly how it has to be taken care for the token and for the product, and how to blend it. So I think that it's still a lot of projects are still finding the right way how to do it.
No, absolutely. The token is a reflection, like, between the community, at least, like the reflection on how the project is doing, right? And it's a little bit hard to differentiate between both, but we will deep dive into that anyway. Lest we have the man who knows exactly when market sentiment flips before Twitter does, the legend himself, Tarish, welcome in.
I wish. I wish any of us could really predict where the markets are going to move. I thought, jeez. But good morning, everybody. It's bright and, well, not even bright. It's early here. It's still dark out where I'm at. So I'm rubbing the sleepies out of my eyes as I'm getting ready. But yeah, I'm Tarish Resh. I've been in this space now for about 2.5, 3 years professionally. Currently working as a CM for CGN Network, Citizen Journalism Network, Mario Nawfal's media platform, and co-founder of Dream Test Labs. We're a testing agency in Web3 where we take UI UX feedback on platforms, games. Primarily started off for games because that's more of our niche. And we went from games and we kind of expanded out to everything because we saw that a lot of platforms actually require the UI UX feedback testing more than games, or actually appreciate it more than games, I'd like to say. Because a lot of games, they sit there and they think, like, we have our community, we have people that, we're going to reward to come here and play anyway. Why don't we farm them for feedback? And they end up getting, I like game, give me money. So we're there to say, hey, look, we don't like your game and this is why. Or, this is what we may not like or what you can improve upon. We try not to be advisors, of course, but like opportunities for improvement are what we typically word as, and, just the different levels of severity, low, medium, high. But yeah, I've been in the space probably about 2017, I started looking at it. 2015 to 2016, I started looking at it. 2017, started investing little by little. And 2022, 2023 was when I started really getting into it professionally. So, yep.
All right. Well, welcome in. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So, perfect. Let's basically dive in. And as I said, this is an open discussion, open conversation. You can cut me off anytime you like. It's fine. You can add anything. There's no script whatsoever to you guys, obviously. So, all right. As always, we start up with, warm up of the chaos of the week. This is basically a segment where, we tell each other what we are focused on. Maybe someone like missed sort of news. Let's start with Moonlight. She is probably the closest to having this massive community actually. So Moonlight, what surprised you the most in Web3 this week, other than inviting you very early to this show?
Oh, well, I have to say that there are actually a lot of very positive things recently. And I know so many of our users were kind of like being, I would say, not happy about the current sorry, let me just quickly let me just quickly reply this urgent message over here. Yeah, so I know so many people after after the middle of October, right? Some people are like, okay, Web3 is, well, not for them, but I still see a lot of teams that they have been building and still there and working really hard. For example, Crack AI, right, is definitely one of the team. And other than that, I also see for like Kalshi, right? It's super
Mm.
famous right now in prediction market, etc. And also exchanges like Binance, right? Recently also just celebrate another milestone that even though we see kind of like the so many narratives in this cycle like are kind of winding down, right? But actually a lot of project things that they're still working really hard. And so myself personally, I'm still 100% all in Web3, and I have strong belief in the space. And yeah, so continue to be here and continue to post, continue to share my thoughts, and continue to encourage my community members to stay in this space. Yeah, whether whatever happened. Yeah, thank you.
Hot take, Moonlight.
Mhm.
Are you still bullish or bearish? Which
Well,
is your sentiment?
as I am seeing right now on Binance, we have a fear and greed index, right? Right now it's 30%, 30 fear, but I have to say I saw the index growing from 10 super extremely fear to 30. So right now I still believe that in 2026, yeah, we might still be able to see another very strong wave coming from
Mm.
Web2. Yeah.
All right, all right. So Moonlight is bullish. All right, Thomas. What about you? What is the chaos, or what surprised you the most this week in Web3?
I don't know if anything surprises me anymore. Look, I think that, then the institutional guys came into the game, and then you see on exchanges that there is almost like very little BTCs, supply left. Then you understand that some big games are coming. Like when and how, I don't know. Yeah. So if I'm bullish. If whatever geopolitics is happening is making me worry, it's also making me worry, because it can be as a black swan coming in and kicking everyone's ass, no matter like how good you're in math and prediction.
Very true.
So yeah, but so overall, maybe from AI a little bit, not the free space. Somehow from this week, I read there is a AI Traders Arena, and they it's like two guys. I don't remember now the names, Cam and Josh, I think. They injected like 100K to different AIs, meaning Grok, OpenAI, DeepSeek, and others, like to look who is better in trading strategies. So it was like very interesting to read, in like 6-8 months, I think, from the injection. Like Grok was the best. I think it made like 56% of profit, like a trader. So it probably like S&P it outperformed 3 times. So for me, that was like very interesting take, because I think now in stocks, it's like probably 90% is pure robots trading. I'm pretty sure that if we would go who trades through the APIs in crypto, we're gonna end up in the very same. So it's already AI robots. So for me, the question, then we're gonna put more intelligent AI, what's gonna happen? Yeah. So I'm bullish. The question, what AI will be willing to do with the market, to put it down or to put it to the sky? So that was like an interesting question, which I rose for myself, like what AI is thinking to do.
Probably, actually. There is like last week we had a PhD with AI, and he had like 7 years experience in Web2, and then he jumped in Web3. I forgot the name, but in Token 2049 in Singapore, we met this guy, and that's how we connected. We met this guy, and he was having the market sentiment. He built this AI tool that catches the market sentiment based on Twitter. So basically, it's not like what is the most mentioned, but what is the most mentioned with a sentiment, like is it positive or negative, and then it analyzes it and it gives you results. But I don't know about this tool because you can have some bots talking like positively about certain token, right? Yeah, I don't know. To tell you the truth, it's very hard for me to trust AI with making decisions regarding my portfolio. I don't know. It might be just be me. I don't know. For me, I'm old-fashioned. I gotta count them, calculate them, and then not execute any trades and turn off the PC and just go to sleep. calling it a day.
To wrap up from me, I think that retail, then the grid is fairy. Like nobody is investing and waiting until big guys does move to one another side, and this is what probably is very much different, and it's a little bit also sad because decentralization and blockchain started more like GameStop saga to put it into the people's but now it's more and more becoming institutional play.
That's true. That's true.
So that's like how to put it back, this market again to the people's hands. I don't know, because like the whole blockchain idea was about decentralizing, but
again,
it seems that we're going again back to the same path as always humanity does.
We will deep dive into that. And Therese, tell us, what is the surprise you got like in Web3 this week?
I'd probably say that Sony launching a stablecoin,
which no one knows, right?
Don't we have? And 2026 they're planning on launching a stablecoin, which kind of crazy to me. I really haven't heard much news from Sonium since they launched, and now they're launching a stablecoin. I don't know. Maybe their blockchain's not doing as well as they were hoping it was going to do, and they're trying to make more money on stables now because stables typically do well, regardless. So. But do we really need another stablecoin? Yeah. And I know you mentioned, Thomas, like the whole AI coming in and starting to really kick off and like not knowing who you are and everything. Like, so what do you guys, a proof of humanity play? Like,
look, this is, now like we've named surname. If you'll be willing, I'll be able to share, for example, a report of mine. We pull like everything about you, who and what has in terms of OSINT, which like you don't even know on the black, like everything on dark web, what people or internet collected about you. And I think why it's important,
scary,
why we believe digital footprint management is becoming like more and more important, because AI gives you advices based on how it understands you. In US, then there are like tens of people with the same name, surname. It mixes all of that, and it never gonna become personalized. It always gonna continue hallucinate. And the only way to stop it is for people to start managing their digital footprint. And it's not because of safety, or it's not because of like fighting with a centralized, big media arms who are controlling your network. It's about understanding, look, the same as with passwords, like nobody was caring. Now it's like what, 10 trillion or billion, like every single year, like theft happening. Or, you're like, how many of you have like another profile created on the name of yours? And until your friend is saying, look, like somebody's asking money, like, so now it's retro, like it's not proactive. It's the same like it was with the health. Like you got sick, you go. Now how humanity changed. Now you go and you try to prevent that it's not happening. I'm not getting guilt. I eat those supplements, I doing that. So in my thinking, then for AI world data, we will need preventively start controlling our data and how AI understands us, or if somebody impersonates, or if somebody steals my identity, create profiles. So if you will not manage it, for most human you will need the tools, and I hope it's gonna be us who will help you in this journey. So that's our way maybe of thinking of the long term, what's gonna be happening, and why we believe that things which we're building will be at need. Proof of humanity, it's a difficult, yeah. I think that, you know, it's also compliance with all GDPR and other things. Like with the people data, it's a lot of challenges, so it's not easy, yeah. And like the thing which we found for ourselves, like we wanted to put the profile on the blockchain. The problem that if AI hallucinates, you cannot do that, because you put on the blockchain something what
Then
is
it's
not true.
permanent. Yeah.
If we give for you possibility to edit, you can put, oh, I'm the president of United States, and you save profile and you put on the blockchain. Okay, like, and you cannot do anything. So how to balance it, how to do it, verification, like it's like more complicated when we thought than we started the project. They're like, the farther you go, the more like if appears.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, AI is moving crazy speed right now, which brings us to Moonlight. Moonlight, you know, from a content creator perspective, and you have community, a lot of people even follow you. I was one time a guest in your show as well in Binance Square. Is AI moving too fast for crypto, or crypto is catching up?
Well, I actually think crypto should catch up, especially so many so-called AI plus Web3 projects. They are actually, well, they don't have any technology at all, right? They just um, use the narrative. And so I would say that it's definitely moving at a lightning speed. And also people think, yeah, there are air bubbles, right? Yes, indeed, right? So we could see a lot of like stocks super high price. And also Google in Web2 space, we our team also work with Google as well. And so we're very glad to see that they are focusing on AI led and also create very, very good products. So, and of course, the stock price is higher, then it's better for us, right? Since we are very working close together. So, yeah, I would say that, well, if crypto is like we could really have a lot more useful product that will be better. And I see some projects that they try to build on-chain AI identities or rewarding data contributors, right? But still, so many of them kind of like just disappear after TGE in the Web3
True.
space. But it's different thing in the AI space. So I still do hope that Web3 could catch up, and really do hope to see that in 2026 we could see real use cases among the two spaces combining together and working really smoothly, because I think AI agents deploy at scale on different blockchains would be awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely. Like, do you think, like, this brings me to a follow-up question to you, actually, Moonlight?
Yeah.
And it can be short. Does crypto need AI more than AI needs crypto? What do you think?
That's actually a very interesting question, because, well, my personal opinion is that AI has giant centralized players, like previous I mentioned Google, right, and OpenAI, of course. And crypto's biggest problem would be extreme, like bumpy and uncertainty, also emotional trading, right? And so I think the issues could be perfectly solved by AI. So AI agent could trade emotionless, right? And also they could predict the trend for us. And also they could share some DeFi strategies for us. So I would say that crypto users definitely need AI tools. And also on the other hand, AI does need crypto for decentralized compute, right? Like we could see render and also different data marketplaces, and yeah. So I would say that AI's core infrastructure is already mature, and crypto mainly gives AI fair incentives and privacy protection. So, well, in conclusion, I think crypto makes AI more fair, and AI makes crypto more smart and emotionless, right? It could like more stable. So we need each other. That
We do need each other,
yes,
absolutely. As humans, we also do need each other to stand against a lot of things as well. I will quote you on this actually. Yeah, AI brings fairness to crypto. Sorry, and crypto brings decentralization to AI, which is something we all need. And that takes me to Terrace. I want to ask you something. Uh, CZ narrative. Any comments? CZ made a comeback to Dubai, has been very outspoken publicly last couple of days. I don't know if you're catching up with the Dubai events as well.
Honestly, I end up being too busy in my own bubble usually to pay attention to the events. So personally, I think a lot of the events are great for networking, but I don't think that they really help reach consumers. I think that they're more just like BD events. I have a couple friends that would call them, elite circle jerks. So
I'm, I'm
I
actually
mean,
very familiar with that. Everyone
yeah,
has a second word, absolutely.
yeah. So like for me, I'm not top echelon. I'm not somebody in the C-suite of major Web3 companies. So if I was to go to an event, I would go to an event more geared around gaming because I'm more gaming focused. So realistically, Token 2049, whether it's Dubai or Singapore, not really my cup of tea. I do find it interesting that BZ is making a bigger push into the market. Again, like he's coming back out into the public. He's always been very vocal though. Like he's always shared his opinion. He's always he's kind of been like the Elon Musk of Web3, right? Like he
True.
says something and markets move. And he's back and he's starting to talk again. And he's starting to show up for events and do things. And I realistically, good luck to him. I hope he doesn't end up in jail.
Well, absolutely. We wish the best to everyone. What about you, Thomas? Like, he brings up a really good opinion here, and I want to hear it from you since you are a co-founder. Back then in 2020 and 2021, one tweet from a certain person can shift actually the token, boost the chart of a token, a certain token. Like we witnessed it with Elon Musk and Dogecoin, for example, right? And Esther, for example, with Binance, and the list goes on. Actually, do you think we lost this, or do you think there is no liquidity enough to actually move that? Do you think like the influence of certain individuals on tokens are lost?
Look, I think it's like always. On certain individuals, it didn't. On certain, it did. Yeah, because then like you start following somebody, yeah, and eventually, like if you want to keep your audience, you tweet often. Then you tweet often. Some of the content is valuable, some of it less valuable, yeah, or maybe even commercial, yeah. Then you blend it. So I trusted you, I was following, and then like in I don't know half a year, out of a lot of guys, I select whom I trust, at least whose posts are the most quality, thought through, and impactful. And then you start not trusting the ones who actually posting for the sake of posting, right?
Right.
So, and people feel like Balderton Capital did really great research about Generation Z. And Generation Z trust to only like how you can build and make money from them is they trust their peers. So it means like if colleagues said that this is good, then I'm gonna follow, plus some of the influencers, yeah.
Guerrilla marketing.
Influencers will not disappear. And Mr. President is the biggest influencer of crypto. Yeah, let's put it in that way. So there are new star on the block. Yeah, and it's always was and it's always been key people I remember we're collecting like top 300 venture capitalists in Web3. We calculated how many followers they have. It's 100 million followers. 300 people were deploying around 100 billion capital, like all together from taking, Sequoia back then, A16Z crypto and others. So these 300 people, like, having like enormous power, yeah. And I'm pretty sure that you cannot buy them.
Oh, that's true.
Another ones who just normal influencers who just somehow got into Web3 and posting from time to time.
No, absolutely.
I think that as it's always, like, the best influencers usually, it's very hard to buy. Yeah, it's
True.
still very commercial. Yeah, but like you need to match the values whatever you're building, because if it's not, you're not there. Yeah, if it's
I know.
people eventually feel it. That
Oh,
it
absolutely,
becomes-
yes. If you sell out, like you post about whatever, I had a chance to work with Moonlight, and Moonlight was one of the most organic, I would say, influencer or content creator up there. And Moonlight, that brings me to a really good question that Thomas brings. Would you consider running for presidency? Since now influencers can become presidents now?
That's a very interesting question, right? And legally, my age is not qualified, but my birthplace, right? I have birth certificate over here, so yeah, I do qualify when I'm getting older. I do have YouTube channel talking about all the recent news and talking about politicians and analyze about like Republican, Democrat, but I am not going to run for that, at least right now, right? I still think that I like to express my viewpoints about the world, about macro, and but I just wanted to still just sharing my views. Maybe after 20 years I will change my mind. We don't know. Yeah, since if I still continue to to record videos and to edit videos and share my political views, right, for 20 years, I think my channel will grow larger. It already got over 110 million views right now, right? So which means so many people have been watching my channels and know about my political views. But yeah, if after 20 years I'm still doing this, maybe I would run for something. Yeah, and once my age is qualified to do so. I think there is certain age limitations to do that. Thanks.
I don't think there's an age limitation. I don't think there's an age limitation.
Oh,
to
there's
run
no
for
age.
presidency.
Like, okay, so even
I
like
don't think so.
people in their like 18 or 20 can also run for president in the United States. That's very interesting. Let me double check that. Thanks.
I mean, if they can remember their campaign, probably they can. But yeah, I don't know. Let me.
It's just one about CZ. One of the question, like its influence. Like we had, we are MDB 10 participants, so we had a nice 1-hour conversation with him. Look, I think like decentralization is in the DNA of him. And then after the pardon, after the Binance receiving, ESRA and EDGM licenses to operate globally, like it was, and it just got back like #1 exchange, which it always was. So it's always everyone looks as the role model, yeah. And the person who like created it always will be, yeah, because like it has the biggest deep view towards there are only few people who have that, yeah. And I think that his influence always will be big, yeah. And it's probably a question about where his value as a turning, yeah. Like, is it to the bio? Is it to the social things? Because it's like a Maslow, yeah. First you need capital, then you have too much of capital, you start thinking what to do nice for this world, yeah. And then you probably need to balance, because if you're an entrepreneur, you still need to make money, but like the project sizes and project impact start shifting towards, another level of idea. So it's, for me, it's maybe a question like, what's on his mind next?
Oh, and I also wanted to quickly just adding some information that we learned about U.S. Constitution in middle school. So I found the information over here. Yes, there do have age requirement to run for president of the United States, and it's written directly into the U.S. Constitution. So, yeah, at least 35 years old, which I'm not qualified, and the rest to requirement that qualify a natural born US citizen, live in the United States for at least 14 years. So I still need to wait for my time. Thanks. And that's just a quick update.
No, I appreciate the update. Honestly, I love how serious you took it, because that shows that you are a person with goals and a person like with basically like you're taking to the next level. Like it's another milestone, right? And you never know. You have a lot of votes already. Maybe a senator in the beginning. But yeah, let me circle back to Tarish. Tarish, I know you're not in that different bubble, but you definitely saw the Bitcoin versus gold debate, right? I mean, you had.
Honestly, we're looking at, like, in my opinion, Bitcoin and gold aren't the same asset. They're not the same class. Like, how do you compare that and expect people to, like, yeah, there's gonna be, what's the gold market at compared to Bitcoin? Like, realistically, cryptocurrency itself, and I was looking at this the other day with the community. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency itself as a whole is like $100 billion traded volume per day, right? And that's a rough estimate and probably overinflated. We have the stock market, which is at like 212 billion per day, and then we have Forex, which is at like 5.1 billion or trillion. I'm sorry. So, like, when it comes to liquidity in the market, when it comes to the size of the market itself, and Bitcoin is only a portion of that, like, Bitcoin doesn't touch traditional assets just yet. We haven't been mass adopted. We've started to see more adoption. We've seen, Binance and and apps like Base now is becoming huge. They're catching up to Binance as the second largest exchange in the world. Not very close, but they're catching up. I think Binance is 17 million or billion by volume. Yeah, 17 billion by volume, and Coinbase is 2.6 it's showing. So, like, it's not there just yet, but it's ahead of Upbit, it's ahead of OKX. Oh wait, actually, that's a weird thing. I was looking at the stats too, and all right, well, I'll look at those numbers later. Because I was actually seeing one of the other ones was showing that it was at 3.4 billion. So I don't know why it's rated lower. So I don't know, but coin market cap is funky sometimes, and that's another thing. Like, a lot of our technology in the space isn't up to snuff yet.
It's
like
not reliable now.
Exactly. I mean, I'm playing Cambria, and I'm lucky I can log into the world half the time. I'm playing I'm trying to make a transaction, and I can't figure out why my transactions aren't going through. I still have to bridge everything in awkward ways with a lot of, like, the secondary networks. Like, God forbid you use Etherlink. You have to use their native bridge. You can't use Relay. The Linea and USDC have issues half the time where you can't transfer them through a bridge properly. So you have to swap to ETH and then bridge. And the normal average user doesn't care about all this shit. They just want their money. They want to be able to send it. They want to be able to interact with it. And that's why companies like MasterCard and Visa are never going to go out of business. If anything, they're going to make more money off of cryptocurrency and all the people with the tinfoil hats, because they don't want to operate with regular banks, but they're still all using the same infrastructure. So realistically, is gold going anywhere? No. It's whether or not Bitcoin is going to overtake normal commodities as a store of value. But it's not going to push anybody out of the market by any means, I don't think.
Man, I love the rant. I'm not gonna lie. I love it. I actually broke it down. I actually love it. Honestly, one of the things I agree with you, it's about the gold is not comparable to Bitcoin. I mean, I don't even see the point of comparison, to be honest with you. right? Both of them are a store of value. However, both of them have like very different type of purposes in uh, in the world. And to add to your point, by the way, less than 7% of the world population actually uses crypto or involved in crypto in any way. So yes, we are way far beyond mass adoption. And 100%, you are still too early. Wag me, wag
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, but gold was adopted in Britain in 1821, yeah, during
Mhm.
Napoleonic War. So it's like 200
Yes,
years of
it's the
trust,
value of the
right?
wars. Yes,
Like
yeah, absolutely.
Bitcoin is like what, 20 years. So,
Mm.
and I think that it cannot be trusted because the crypto industry, every year somebody shakes, like either big hack, either somebody like it's post quantum, you don't know how cryptography gonna run.
Mm.
So like a lot of people cannot trust because if I read like, oh, post quantum, I don't know if Bitcoin will exist 5 years, rather I will not invest, yeah, because there is no yet trust. So
Sure.
I think then it's gonna be like 30 years, 50 years post quantum. Maybe people will have more faith in it, and it will become a mean of trust, like, and then it can become as alternative to the gold, like as a value as storage. Yeah. But this is my thinking. It will
No,
take time.
absolutely. No, absolutely. It's a valid point. Let's hear from our Web3 president, Moonlight. Do you have any comment on Bitcoin versus gold?
Well, I'm not Web3 president. I'm just a small
Yes.
content creator. Yeah, so
Yes.
yeah, I saw the recent debate. Actually, my friend was the girl who bring the gold up to the stage. We're quite
Oh.
close. Yeah, so just want to say that um personal advice, not financial advice, but I personally have both. And I think both are valuable and both are amazing. Both are very good assets to hold for a long term. And so I don't want to, because I work in the Web3 space, so I just say, oh, Bitcoin's definitely amazing, definitely much better, superior, right? I don't think there's a better assets. It's just which assets more suitable for us, right? So if someone says like Bitcoin's the better gold, then I don't know. It's still, yeah, we could say but I think that was a very good marketing event to attract people's attention, right? So traditional web tours,
Absolutely.
they are curious about this discussion, this debate, and they're thinking, hey, maybe I can also try to hold some Bitcoin. But the thing is that Bitcoin's price is like up and down too fast, too bumpy. Yeah,
Yes,
so
very volatile.
volatility. So that's why it's still a bit harder to get trust from
Mm.
the majority of the people, and so
Well,
still adoption, but we could see more and more media coverage about it. Yeah, and that's a good thing. Thank you.
One of
Honestly,
yeah. Sorry. Go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go
Nah,
ahead.
please,
Oh,
man. Nah,
all
nah,
right.
nah.
No, I was gonna say, like, we're also looking at this differently too. Like, a lot of what crypto's built on is like a tech platform. Ever since Ethereum came out, right? Like, if we look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin was like a store of value for people who were anti-government, who were afraid of the banks taking their money, and even for like small world countries. Like, if you look at South America, if you look at Africa, and you look at Asia, those three regions, and even parts of Eastern Europe, you have to be concerned about the banking industry and the infrastructure that they have available. You have corrupt governments all over the place where you have to worry about them stealing your money all the time, and excessive taxation. I'm not saying to avoid taxes here, guys. I'm just saying that some places are excessive in taxes, and some people would prefer to avoid those by storing digital currency before regulations fully kick in. In the U.S., where I'm from Pennsylvania, so like it's a
Fully
little
doxing.
heavier on
Fully
the
doxing.
regulation. I'm fully doxxed. I don't give a shit. Um, but like where I'm from, it's a little more difficult because they're starting to tie everything into tax hubs for cryptocurrency and everything like that. So it's not like you can really hide from crypto. Now, the benefit to crypto for people in first world countries it's the technological aspect. We're building a layer on the internet that allows us to create software that acts on its own, basically based on triggers that you set, and permanently records this data. We have these things in Web 2. That's like, it's a tech platform that's built on something that's already there, but the need for transparency and immutability is where we're coming from with the tech layer. 2017 or sorry, 2013, was it 2013 for Ethereum? But yeah,
Around that, yeah.
2017 with like the real onset of smart contracts with NFTs. That's kind of where we start to see the landscape changing. We've had projects like ICP, Internet Computer Protocol, and they've been building for years now. I'm hoping to see something coming from them soon. We've got different OS software coming out, or technically hardware for OS, but um we've got different OS hardware coming out from companies for Solana now, for gaming specifically. We're building a whole nother layer of the internet. It's more of a tech play for crypto than it is a speculative play, but there's a speculative layer on there that allows for companies to raise money and get funding early on that they wouldn't normally be able to get from industries that they might be trying to disrupt. So I think that we're looking at it wrong when we're looking at it as just a speculative measure, and not looking at it for the tech benefits that it can have in the future.
I appreciate the take. Honestly, like the whole episode was hot takes, and I appreciate that. From a host perspective, I love that. I have like 10 clips I'm gonna generate from this episode alone. So I'm just letting you know, everyone. But one of the things, like before we wrap up, we have like 9 minutes left. We gonna jump into hot takes. I know, Thomas, you wanted to give your opinion about what Therese said. I can see you, preparing, but due to the time, please write us a tweet and tag him. Trust me, I will take a video of myself replying to it. So the hot take, basically, I will ask you a question, you guys, and we will start with Thomas. And you can give me true, false, and one-liner of why is it true or false. Thomas, we will start with you, since you are into AI many more than the other guests. AI agents will replace 50% of traders by 2030. True or false?
Yes, true.
No. Why?
Look, now trading is done by trading bots. Yeah. So
Okay.
AI agents is more intelligent trading bot, in my view. So like, if we think in that direction, then in my view, definitely AI agents gonna like improve algos, or as you said, more sentiments, taking into account other things, which maybe they naturally now don't do. So I'm pretty sure that AI will be on that level where it's gonna be integrated in the trading, and a lot of trading will be happening by AI agents.
Okay. Moonlight, do you agree, disagree?
AI agent replace 50% of traders by 2030. True. Yeah, because right now already could see some, I would say, AI savvy or techy people are starting to use AI agent to learn to trade and to run it 24/7, right? So I believe by 2030, which I still have about, wow, just a few years to go, right? I think
Yeah,
will
I
replace
know.
most of the manual trading. I do hope I could start to use that right away if I know how to.
Absolutely. The early bird, right? And still on you, Moonlight, I have another question. Therese, I will give you another question, something that you like, actually, because I love your
Okay.
rants. All right. And Moonlight, CZ still has main energy, like has main character energy, yes or no?
Yes, he is
All
still
right.
very influential, especially in the Chinese speaking communities.
Oh, trust me, worldwide, he's still very influential. And Therese, gold is outdated. Fact or disrespect?
I think most of our stores of value, or most of like our commodities are, well, I mean, gold, silver, I think they're just stores of value because we value the materials. It's perceptive value. Same thing with Bitcoin, realistically. Like, if you think about it from a tech layer, Bitcoin is kind of outdated compared to Ethereum, Solana, and a lot of other like altcoins even. So why do we continue to store value in it? It's because we trust it. It's been around, because we know that, we have a million people computing hashes and stuff like that, we perceive it as safe, and we perceive it as valuable. But when you think about it, with ordinals and runes and all of these things that have been coming out, the NFTs are already doing it better by far on Ethereum, even though they may not have as high of a value. They're more stable. They have more flexibility. They have, like, at some point we're going to be storing full software programs as smart contracts on Web3. So I realistically, is all perceptive value. I think at some point we may move away from gold and silver. I mean, if you think about diamonds and lobsters, they were garbage in the past, and now they're valuable because they marketed to people smart and people value them.
No, I appreciate that, but still, you didn't answer the question. Is it fact or disrespect?
Is it fact? I think it's fact long term, maybe 20 years down the line.
All right. I appreciate that. All right, Thomas, Bitcoin hits a new all-time high in 2026.
Will it hit?
Will it hit?
Will
No,
it
I'm
be
just
all-time high? It will be just for 2026. The more we go, 2030, it's not going to
Let
be
me
all-time
rephrase
high.
it. It's a statement. I'm not telling you will it or not. I'm just saying a statement, and you can tell me it's wrong and give me why, and you can tell me it's yes and why. Bitcoin hits a new all-time high in 2026.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. You're exactly like Tommy Lee. All right. Moonlight, you follow narratives a lot. So AI Web3 is the only narrative that survives long term.
Well, I would say false because right now it's already one of the strongest narratives in 2025, and there are so many projects that live and shipping. So I would think somebody would definitely think new narratives, and I actually think payment would also going to be very, very long-term narrative. Especially let's take a look in 2026 because it's super important in our everyday life for so many countries as well. So I'm paying attention to that area as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Terrace, Bitcoin hits a new all-time high in 2026.
We're coming out of a bull market. I mean, like, realistically, I can see it hitting maybe a new all-time high, but I could also see it potentially hitting 30, 40K again. Because if you look at it 2 or 3 years ago, we were at 20K. Like, historically, we're not that far off. It's still within a 4-year cycle for us. Like, it's crazy to think that we're safe from a big dump like that. But with institutional money coming in, I think that we're going to see more plays around consolidation points rather than like these really heavy pushes and dumps. So I don't know. We'll see.
You remind me of that meme. I want to tell you, like when Kanye West saying, like, you ain't get all the answers, Travis. You ain't got all the answers, Sway. I just want to say that. Like, I'm gonna edit that actually. Well, all right. Let's wrap up. I want to hear final thoughts from everyone. Prediction, warnings, alphas, whatever you have on your mind. You can say whatever you like, and we will start with Thomas.
Okay, which
final thoughts?
Friendship
whatever.
Between AI and Web3, so it can find the way how to centralize and decentralize together. Because some things works better centralized, some things decentralized, and I think you need just proper connecting points to make those industry complement each other rather than fight who is right, who is wrong. So I hope we all together, being in both areas, will find the way how to do it for this better humanity.
All right. And Moonlight, final thoughts?
I would say please pay attention to Quad AI because even right now the market overall, the index like 30 fear, right? So which means a lot of people are feel bearish, but their things still super strong. They deliver they maintain their crypto price. That's amazing. It's not an easy thing to do. Yeah.
It's not. It's a lot of work and a lot of pluses. And but yeah, we make it. We make it work. Hopefully, yeah, definitely. We're still working. We're still here. I appreciate the sentiment, Moonlight. It's really appreciated. And Teres,
God, it's tough. A final thought after
is it?
everything we've said. Um, but
There are no thoughts anymore.
realistically, right now, with the way AI is going and the way crypto is going and everything in general, like in the world, take your chance now to build something that lasts because you have resources available to you that old people like me did not have available to us growing up to be able to take advantage of the market, to take advantage of technology. AI can help you build amazing things. I'm building a Discord bot. I'm not a developer. I like build a project, build a company, build something. The space is so young. Creativity is the one thing that we're lacking in a lot of cases, and we see that with all the slop that we see tossed out there time and time again, especially in the gaming sector. So be creative, build something, have some fun, create. Yeah.
I love that. It's actually, I don't call it a bear market. I call it a builder season because this is actually where you see the right people and you find the right users because these are the believers. Well, anyway, beautiful. Another chaotic, spicy, brutally honest. I appreciate Moonlight for joining us. I know it's 5 a.m. Again, we apologize if there was miscommunication with the timing. Thomas, thank you so much. I know you have a flight today. Have a safe flight. And Terrace, I know it's also very, very early for you, but hey, come on, I'm fixing your sleeping schedule. So, you can't say no to that, right? Well, thank you. Massive shout out to the guests. You guys killed it. I appreciate that. Shout out to everyone watching us on live on X and Binance Square. Next Wednesday, we're also coming again live at 11 a.m. UTC. We are back with more takes, more chaos, more AI madness. Until then, stay curious, stay based, stay quacking. Breaks out. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Have a nice one. Bye bye.
See you, everyone.